Hey there, and welcome back. Today, just carrying on, doing a little bit more troubleshooting, and yeah, highlighting a couple of errors I made yesterday as well. So, yeah, one of the first things I've noticed is I've got a nice transition when I change between most of these sections, but if I go from the dice straight to the main board, we're getting an error, and that's because when I try to reset the old dice array to a copy of the new dice array when I roll the dice, because I want to know when I roll the dice, when I reset all the dice to be nothing, I want it to still know what the old dice was to fade out from. So I thought having this backup array that remembers the old dice number that doesn't get reset would do the trick. But this isn't how you make an array as a copy of an array in Dart. So the trick there has been to use this notation. So dot dot dot. So now that's an actual copy of the array in a fresh array. So if I save that, and we may need to rerun that, we'll see if that works. No, that's better. So now we go back to the main globe and we get a soft fade out. And we still get our fade back and forth between the different options here. Now, as you may notice, instead of the spinning flag, I also, in between sessions here, added another layer to my giant stack, which fades in and out based on the criteria. So while we're deciding who gets to be the first player, all players have the first player equals true. So that element in the stack, the animated opacity option, is going on the fact if the first two players are both true, then we know for sure everybody's true. So we're going to be displaying the spinning question mark. And then as soon as only one of them is true, or now we've got our criteria here for the next one on the flag. So if any player is not player first, but this player is player first, then we know we display the flag. And I decided not having that animated made sense too. So yeah, that's made for a much more pleasing little detection as to who goes first and who doesn't. And yeah, that's working a lot more smoothly. Another thing I noticed, I was doing some pretty dodgy stuff with race conditions and timers. So what I did is, when we decide who goes first, we run the timer for 1.5 seconds, and then we set a first player. I was just calling a timer directly as a new copy of the timer, but now I have a variable. I could actually refactor this. So if we go refactor, rename this to this timer variable, I can actually call when I do any other event that might want to stop the timer that's going. So I create a timer, and that goes in the background for 1.5 seconds. When I decide to start the rolling, so who goes first. But during that time, if I roll the dice, I can just say on roll dice, my global timer variable, cancel it. And so that stops that race condition, rather than I was just doing another timer and then overriding it, but that was a bit of a gross hack earlier. So yeah, just a couple of little tweaks there, making things make a bit more sense and starting to come together. I'm going to have to start looking at ideas for a brand new app, because we're not going to have too many new features to add to this one at this rate. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to cover today. Thanks for joining us again, and yeah, we'll do some more coding tomorrow. Bye.